everybody? My name is Laura Cantu, and welcome back for yet another live stream Monday. Today, I am going to be covering a lot of ground. I will be talking to you about some tips and some college admissions tips for 2022 and honestly 2022, 2023, because this school year just started. So I will be giving you a lot of information that can help you, can help your student out. Specifically, when it comes to college admissions, we're going to be talking deadlines. We're going to be talking tips. I'm going to be talking about Best College Aid, the membership, and our sponsor. Thanks to Best College Aid for sponsoring these live streams. It's because of them that we are able to have these live streams every week, and we are able to, communicate, share information with you. So thank you, Best College Aid. And for those of you wondering, what is Best College Aid? Best College Aid is an online membership, an online platform where, we help students and families, parents, students through the college admissions process. We guide them step by step. We help, parents understand how to help their students get accepted. We help students understand what they have to do in high school and before college in order to maximize their odds of getting accepted, how to find scholarships, how to find the right universities for them, etc. So thanks to Best College Aid, we are able to have these live streams. So thank you. And if you are interested in joining Best College Aid, I will be talking about a lot of, the new content that's coming, what we do in case you don't really know, and maybe you can join Best College Aid today because we are in fact having a Labor Day sale right now, 60% off. You will be saving $600 off today. The sale ends tonight at midnight. But if you want to have that help, if you want to have the help and be guided step by step through the college admissions program process, well, Best College Aid is just right for you. So I do encourage you to take advantage of this incredible sale that we have going on right now and join the community and be able to maximize your students' odds of getting accepted into college with scholarships. Alrighty. So I see that. Let me see. I saw that there was somebody in the comments. It's not showing up in the computer, but I did see that we did get a comment from, let me open it. We got from Mirsha. And Chrissy is saying, hey Chrissy, how are you? Thank you for joining. Let us know where you're joining from. I see that Mishra is also here, and it's telling us, I want to go to MIT or Harvard or Stanford, etc., but don't know what to do. Many issues are there. All right, so it's great. You want to go to the top schools. Those are very competitive schools, but it's good that you already know and have an idea of what you want to do, right? And where you want to be. So, hopefully our content, our videos are helpful to you. And stay tuned because I will be talking about this throughout the whole entire presentation and giving you some help, some advice, right? So, hi, Chrissy. Thank you so much for joining us. Also, by the way, David is in the chat answering questions. So if there are any questions throughout the entire presentation through the live stream that you ask in the chat, he should be, answering them. So also stay on top of the chat if you happen to ask something through there. And additionally, make sure that you follow us in all of our social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We are live, every week. For example, tomorrow we will be live again on Instagram and TikTok at 3 p.m. Eastern time. And on Mondays like today, we are live at 3 p.m. and we share, helpful content with you, helpful information that hopefully will help you or your student. So definitely make sure that you're following us so you don't miss out on any of these live streams, any of the other content that we publish on our social media channels, social media platforms. And once again, I want to remind you that we are having currently our Labor Day sale for you to join Best College Aid today. I will get into what are the benefits and how Best College Aid can help you get accepted into the right college, your dream school with scholarships. I will explain that in just a second, but take advantage of this amazing sale. Trust me, there are a lot of benefits, and I see that Mirsha said that she already knows where they want to go to college. They already have some schools in mind. I know we always get comments of students having an idea of where they want to go or having an idea of what they want to study, but they don't know where to get scholarships, how to afford it, etc. And if you want to be able to understand the college admissions process and how to be able to get an education without falling into debt, well, take advantage of this amazing sale, because there are so many benefits, which I will explain right now. Let me share with you what are some of the benefits or the things going on with Best College Aid, the membership Best College Aid. So inside of Best College Aid, we have over 80 plus video tutorials and different sections, but some of the new content that we have that we will be adding to Best College Aid, additional to what we already have, we are going to be having a whole section dedicated to international students, where there's going to be 10 lessons, video lessons, and more material where we go over additional requirements, because obviously an international student does have to have and fulfill certain requirements that might be a little different than a citizen of the United States or resident. So this lesson is going to be covering that. Also, the international student section will be covering how to complete the process as an international student, because again, there might be some requirements that might be a little different for you if you happen to be an international student, or for your child if your student wants to go to school in the US. Also, another a subject or topic that we will be covering in this section of the course is looking for generous colleges, because a lot of a very important aspect of being able to afford college in the United States is having a plan and looking, applying, and finally going to colleges that are going to be the right fit, not only educationally and, extracurricular and academically, but financially. A lot of students do need financial aid, and finding the right college, there are over 3,000 colleges and universities in the United States, a lot of which are incredible institutions. So it's important that students are doing their research and getting to know what school is best for them. Additional to the international student section, which will be expanded, we also have a high school student prep, where we have a new video, a new lesson called Dual Enrollment versus Advanced Placement. That is just one of the many lessons inside the high school student prep section. We also have a section dedicated to parents and students inside of Best College Aid, where we talk about how to win institutional scholarships. We talk about all the types of scholarships available to students and to students. But obviously, we also explain how to get these scholarships, how to apply for financial aid, for state aid, etc., whether you qualify or not. So all of this, again, is included inside of Best College Aid. And so these is obviously additional to the content that we already have. There is going to be more content inside of Best College Aid, and there's also more new benefits for our members. So, not only do our members, do the people who join, families and students that join Best College Aid, not only do they get access to all the video tutorials, to all that, valuable information, they get discounts, they get access to free materials to study for standardized tests, free materials to study for AP classes, etc. So the new benefits that are going to be added to that list are exclusive discounts. So that is going to be our members, our Best College Aid members get 30% off REA store, which, includes ACT study materials, AP crash core books, AP classes, and then placement classes, which are very important. If you or your students are taking AP classes, the goal is to try to pass the end of year exam, and everything counts. So having extra resources to maximize the odds of passing that end of the year exam, you should take it. Your students should definitely be trying and aiming to pass the end of the year exam, because by going to college with a lot of college credits, or with a lot of AP classes passed, and if the college that you applied to takes those credits, you could be saving thousands of dollars. And also, getting good grades in an AP class can help improve GPA, can help you boost your resume, etc. And also, there are study materials, all sorts of study materials inside of the REA store, rea.com. So our members get 30% off of that. Additionally, our members also are going to be getting Dell Technologies discounts from Dell. So they're going to have access to exclusive discounts on Dell consumer grade products, such as computers, tablets, monitors, gaming PCs, etc. So that is exclusive to Best College Aid members, because we know that you want to save. So we have that deal with Dell. And another benefit that is going to be added to the Best College Aid membership is ACT Prep Plus 2022, which is a free Kaplan ACT Prep Plus account to improve your students, or if you're the student watching, improve your ACT score. Now, this is not the only benefits these are not the only benefits inside of Best College Aid. These are just things that are going to be added to the course. There are plenty of other benefits inside of Best College Aid, such as access to a private community where all the members are there, all other Best College Aid members are a part of, and questions are being asked. And through this private group, students, parents ask questions and can receive our support. Also, Best College Aid members get unlimited online support. So once you join Best College Aid, you will get access to us, and you can send us a message if you have any trouble throughout the college application process, any questions. You can send us a message, and we will give you support, unlimited support online, through either the Facebook group, through messages, through email. There are different ways that you can do that. And, there are also, like I said, the access to the course, which is just filled with valuable information. 80 plus video tutorials. There are things, we cover things from what to do in middle school to how to write a great college essay, how to fill out financial aid forms such as the FAFSA, the Css Profile, etc. So those were just things that are going to be added on top of all of the benefits that we have for Best College Aid members. So that is what we are adding to Best College Aid, and why you should definitely join and take advantage of our Labor Day sale, 60% off. You would be saving $600 if you take advantage of this sale, and you would get access to all the benefits inside of Best College Aid. And did I mention it's just a one-time payment? So all you have to do is pay one time, buy the membership, and you get access to all of these resources, all of our information, all of our help for life. It's a lifetime family membership. So if you're a parent watching this, you can buy it for all your children. If you're a student, you can buy it for yourself, or if you have a sibling, or if you want to share it with your parents as well. It's a one-time payment, and you get access to Best College Aid for life. So how to access this discount? It's really easy. We have a free training that is linked to this video's description. So if you go to the description of this video, which I will show you how to access, all you have to do is, I'll share my screen with you. I'm right there. You're going to click show more, and this is it. If you're interested, blah, 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 click the link, and you will be taken to the free training. Just register for that free training. Watch all the way through, and at the end, you will be able to see that Labor Day discount, right? So definitely take advantage of that. register for the free training because you will be learning free information anyways. But if you stay till the end, that is where you will have that that coupon, that discount to join Best College Aid today. So definitely take advantage of it. I already shared all the amazing benefits that are inside of Best College Aid. So definitely join and sorry, my throat is like sore. But anyways, definitely take advantage of this discount and join Best College Aid today. Take advantage of the Labor Day sale. Register for the free training, and at the end of the training, you will have that discount. Alrighty? So now on to the presentation, more information that I have for you. It's not only, about the sale. Obviously, just wanted to let you know, make you aware that we're having this sale, and I will answer your questions in just a second, Chrissy. But let's talk about information. Let's talk about college admissions tips for 2022. Let's talk about first, important deadlines. So I'm going to be explaining basically things that you or your students should be on the lookout for and you should know, specifically when it comes to college admissions. So obviously, important deadlines. Be on top of the deadlines. If you are going to be a senior this year, if you're going to be applying to colleges, you have to know, or your student is going to be applying to college this year or maybe next year, it's just important to remember that there are important deadlines, and what does this mean? Every college, most colleges have a regular decision deadline. Some colleges have early deadlines, such as early action and early decision. Now, there are benefits of students applying early. And let's say if a student wants to go to, has a school in mind and that's their dream school, sometimes it is encouraged or we tell our students that they should be applying early decision or early action to their top choice. But obviously there should be a strategy behind it. Just because your student really wants to go to Stanford or Harvard, but maybe they don't have the grades, or maybe they need to retake the SAT or ACT because the first or second time they took it, it wasn't high enough. It might be better to hold off and not apply early. But if the student has all the requirements ready, if they've been preparing and they know for sure that they want to go to that one school, maybe applying early is a good idea. So definitely, this is a strategy when it comes to college admissions. Applying early, applying later can be used as a strategy, right? And we teach this more in depth inside of Best College Aid, but it's important to keep in mind that these college applications, there's always deadlines. There is a date where those applications will close. So for example, with early action, there are colleges that have different early action deadlines. For example, there are 15 colleges that have an early action deadline of October 15, 100 colleges or around 100 colleges that have an early deadline of November 15, and 100 or about 100 other colleges with an early action deadline of December 1st. So not every school that has an early action deadline is going to be on the same date. Some schools have different deadlines, as you could see. And also, there are certain criteria of early action and early decision. Early action, if a student applies early action to one school, there are colleges that have a rule that if they're applying early action to that school, and it's a school with restriction, you're not allowed to be applying early action to any other schools. Or if you do get accepted early, it's kind of a binding agreement. So if you do get accepted and maybe you decide you don't want to go, you can't really back out. Technically you can, but it is very binding, and it does, limit maybe if you're applying to one school, maybe if you don't get enough financial aid, you already made that commitment. So there are criteria. So it's not just like, oh, I really want to go to this school, let me just apply there, and early action or early decision, that's it. There's criteria that you should be aware of, and we do explain this more in depth inside of Best College Aid. But also, let's say that you or your student, maybe are not ready. Maybe you need to retake SAT, or the ACT or the SAT in your senior year. It's okay to wait until regular decision, because regular decision deadlines are usually, they close in second semester of senior year. That's why sometimes it's better for the student to wait, retake an SAT or ACT, or maybe try to improve their grades in order to get a high enough score to, have a more competitive application. So there are tactics, there are techniques that can help you or your student maximize their odds of acceptance, even when choosing a college admissions deadline, when to apply to colleges, right? So that's an important thing to note. If you have a list of colleges, if your student already has a list of colleges, be on top of those deadlines. Figure out when the deadlines close, which are the colleges that are your students' top choices. Does your student, or do you have a top school that you definitely want to go to? If so, are you going to be applying early decision or early action? It's all very important, and it's all something that you should be considering. All right, another important thing is the college application requirements. Be sure, and even if your student, or you're the student watching this, you are not yet in senior year, it's always important to look ahead and to know, when the student is applying to college, there's going to be college application requirements, such as the essay, the main essay, the personal statement. Many colleges have supplemental essay questions, so these are shorter response questions that the college will ask, and students, can have. It's another opportunity for the student to market themselves and to explain maybe something that they weren't able to explain, with their personal statement, their personal essay. Another very important application requirement that a lot of colleges ask from students is the letters of recommendation, right? And it's very important that if you're a senior, or you're a student who is going to be applying to college this year, you already know who is going to be writing your letters of recommendation, who you're going to be asking. This actually should have been done if you are a senior, or if your student is a senior. This should already be done. That conversation should have already been had. And if you haven't done it, it's okay. You can still reach out. But the reason why I say, do it now, it's because if you're going to ask a teacher, if you're going to be asking maybe a coach, the school year is back, mostly in the United States, and some teachers do get busy. So I'm not saying it's impossible and it's like late, you cannot do it anymore, but definitely, if you haven't done so already, try to get those letters of recommendation ready, right? Don't wait till the last minute, because there are teachers, there are coaches, there are administrators that, maybe have a cap on how many letters of recommendation they will write, and they will say no to you. I've seen it, and I don't want that to happen to you, okay? Or your student. And lastly, some other application requirements that are important are standardized tests. Now, I know that not every college in the United States requires students to submit their SAT or ACT scores, but there are a lot of colleges that are either test optional or that still do require these tests. Now, I do want to say, even if a school is test optional and maybe you're like, you know what, I'm not even going to worry about it, or your student's like, you know what, I'm not even going to submit or even try. Sometimes it's good to try standardized tests because, these are, if a school is test optional, sometimes it's nice to have something to add to your resume. So don't let your student just not even try. Try to get good scores, try to study, practice. These are, skill-based tests. Most of the questions inside the SAT and SAT are skill-based. So while it might seem intimidating, there are ways to improve your odds of receiving a high score on these exams. So it's important that, the student tries, because as I said, having a high score on the SAT or ACT, it's not going to be something that colleges are going to turn their head or not even look at, unless it's a test blind school, if it's a test optional school, or if it's a school that does require these exams. More than likely it's going to help the student if they have a high score in these exams. So make sure that your student is looking at the admissions requirements, seeing what type of testing policy the college has. And as I said, inside of Best College Aid, we have a bunch of ACT prep resources, discounts for resources. We have free study prep accounts, and we also have resources. We help our students find free study materials for these standardized tests. So definitely, if you are interested in improving these exams, Best College Aid could help you do that. Okay, so finally, what is another important admission reminder, an admission tip, something that you should be on top of if your student is going to be a senior this year, or if you're just looking ahead, maybe you're a sophomore, junior, or your student is starting high school. Something important that can help students maximize their odds of getting acceptance, maximize their odds of receiving scholarships and financial aid is obviously financial aid and scholarship forms, making sure that the FAFSA, the Css Profile, are all, filled out and they are sent on time. They're submitted on time and they're submitted correctly. The FAFSA is opening in less than a month. It's going to be available for students to fill out and send in less than a month. Students can actually send it already, fill it out already, but it won't be able to be sent until October 1st. So making sure that that is done, and especially if maybe your student is going to be applying early action, early decision, doing all those things really early and getting ahead, because colleges, the FAFSA works in a first come, first serve basis. Now, there are colleges that require the Css Profile, which is basically a form that these colleges use in order to determine a student's eligibility for financial aid and scholarships. And I know we have some international students watching this. The Css Profile, that one is open to international students. So if a school requires a Css Profile and you're international, you are going to be having to fill out this form. Again, in Best College Aid, we have a section where we explain how to fill these forms out. So the FAFSA, it is for American citizens and residents and certain not eligible non-US citizens. And the Css Profile is open to US citizens, residents, and international students. So definitely something to keep in mind. And not every college requires the Css Profile, but most universities will require the FAFSA. All right, another important form is institutional aid, or a form of scholarships and financial aid is that institutional aid. So institutional aid is basically scholarships awarded by the same colleges and the same universities that your student or you might be applying to. Let's say that you're applying to, Colgate University, and you play basketball and you're really good and you get recruited to play basketball there, and you are offered a scholarship. That scholarship is institutional aid, would count it as institutional aid, and it would be a merit-based scholarship based on your athletic merit or your student's athletic success. And this would be a scholarship awarded by the school. So there are schools that require students to fill out certain forms, like the FAFSA, Css Profile, in order to qualify for institutional scholarships. And there are a lot, institutional aid is awarded or, is prioritized for students who maybe apply early, or students who have a good academic standing, a good extracurricular standing. Maybe they've done leadership. Colleges will more than likely award students who have good grades. Maybe they were involved in their high school. Maybe they practice a sport and they want to continue to practice it, or do an art. They are part of theater, musical theater, music, play an instrument, photography, etc. Alrighty. And finally, private and state aid. This depends. For example, state aid, it ranges from state to state. Some states do offer state financial aid, state scholarships, like the Bright Future scholarships in Florida. Bright Future is financial aid, and it's available for students in Florida. And there are certain requirements for people in Florida to qualify for this type of aid, and it covers, tuition, either 75% or 100%. There are other states that do this. It's not only Florida. So it depends on where you live or your student lives. There's also private scholarships that is available to all sorts of students, all sorts of people. There are private scholarships available for international students, private scholarships available to maybe students who are part of DACA or who might be, going through the asylum process. Who may be undocumented. There are scholarships where these students who have these, who are part of this specific situation, they might still qualify for financial aid or scholarships, private scholarships, and state scholarships. There are some states that could even still help you. So it all depends on the state. It all depends also on, the type of private scholarship, but there are a lot of resources, a lot of private scholarships, and it's important that your student is constantly looking for scholarships, especially if they're in high school, maybe if they're in 10th grade, 11th grade, to start applying to private scholarships and to apply to as many as they can, because you never know which scholarships you could win, and every single penny counts when it comes to scholarships and financial aid. Alrighty? Now, that was all the information that I had to share with you, all the tips, but I always like to give you more information at the end of these live streams. So if you haven't done so already, I invite you to watch our free training where we talk about the 6 strategies to help your children get accepted to college with scholarships. If you're a student, this also helps you. I know that Chrissy is a student watching, and this video could be very, very, very helpful to you. It's a free training. Like it says in the screen, we cover the 6 strategies to help your student get accepted or help yourself get accepted into college with scholarships. And, how do you access this training? Again, all you have to do is go to our live stream. It's right here. If you're watching live, you got to scroll down and you click on this link right here. If you're interested, click here, free training, and you save your seat. And all you have to do is fill out your name and your email address, choose a time, and you will be able to register for our free training. And if you stay till the end of this training, remember we have an amazing Labor Day sale going on right now where you can save 60% off on joining Best College Aid today. You can save $600 and you can make a one-time payment and have access to Best College Aid for life. So you will have access to all of the benefits that I explained throughout this live stream, all the course materials or all the study materials, all the discounts, all the one-on-one unlimited online support from myself, from David, from us, your instructors. You will have all that. You will have access to the private Facebook, the private community for members. And, it's all available once you join Best College Aid. So take advantage of this Labor Day sale and join Best College Aid today. Again, all you have to do is register for the free training. The link is in this video's description. Register and stay till the end, and you will be able to get this discount and join Best College Aid. Alrighty. I see that, Chrissy, you made a lot of questions. You asked a lot of questions. So let's see. I know that David was helping you throughout the live stream, and I see that we have a couple of other questions. Let's see. Chrissy says, hey, let's see. Let me read your questions. For this application, I better need the ACT and another standardized test scores. Okay. You asked a lot of questions, so I'm just trying to condense it. So I'm from Germany, and since we got pretty good universities over here, I'd apply to top universities such as MIT, Stanford, Caltech, UC Berkeley. UC Berkeley. Are there any summer programs, extracurriculars besides SSP in case I don't get in? All right, so you also say that you are international. Alrighty, so yes, you're an international student, and we do have inside of Best College Aid, as I said, we have a training where a section, and we're going to be adding more courses dedicated to international students. Now, there are things that you can do, yes, like summer programs. Do you mean like coming to the US and being part of these summer programs at universities? That is something that you could do. Also, additionally, I mean, as an international student, yes, you could do that, and you can come to certain colleges in the US to do a summer program. But, you know, just that's not the only thing that you should be doing. Being an international student, you know, colleges can take and will take your grades, your extracurriculars, what you did in your own country. You are from Germany, and will analyze that and kind of like convert the grades from the German system to the US system, and analyze your grades, analyze, you know, how you did in high school, your involvement. And you also obviously have to fill out all these application forms because you will be applying, and it might be slightly different from you. But, you know, there are things that you can do in Germany, being German and living in Germany, that could equally benefit you just as much as joining a summer program and, you know, coming here for a summer, which honestly, that is a great thing to do. It depends on the program and what you're doing. But if you could save your money, maybe you could do something in Germany, like an extracurricular or something, or start a summer project, or something that could just help you improve your application and be more attractive to colleges and universities, and to help you stand out. But extracurriculars, I mean, besides a summer program, extracurricular activities that I definitely, well, it's all about finding what you like and what you're passionate about. So I don't know if you practice a sport. I don't know if you do, maybe do a part of an art, I don't know, theater, musical theater, you practice an instrument, maybe you are part of some sort of community or a club organization in your school in Germany. I mean, there are plenty of things that you could do. Maybe you can start something where you raise funds to help others. If you're passionate about, art, maybe you can start a project based on creating art. If you're passionate about just, being involved in your community, what can you do? I mean, there are plenty of opportunities and options, and colleges want to see students that go, above and beyond, and also ultimately students that are doing what they love. So that's why it's very important and why I'm asking you, what is it that you like? Because you can find an extracurricular activity that is, connected to your passions, right? So definitely try to find that. I see that Manche is saying any best channel that suggests same as this channel, but for MBA in the US. So yeah, like we explained in our, videos before, Best College Aid, we mainly focus on undergrad. I wouldn't know any other channel right off the top of my head that could help you with an MBA in the USA. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, we focus on helping students, get into undergraduate programs. So I don't really know any channels I'm sure there are, but I just don't really know any channels. I'm sorry. But if you do, come back and comment in the comment section. So maybe others who might be looking for that, can get that. All right. All right, Chrissy, last question before we finish the live stream. Chrissy says, oh yeah, I did. I took college courses, lived in London this summer, visiting a summer school. and programs, but to once visit the US might be important to my college decision. I mean, yeah, if you have colleges that you have in mind that you might want to apply to, I mean, I know you mentioned some schools, visiting those schools and scheduling, scheduling a tour, scheduling a visit. That is something that we always encourage students to do, demonstrating interest. And, colleges like it when students demonstrate interest in a school and go maybe sometimes above and beyond to showing that they want to go there. Obviously, you have to be realistic of the colleges that you're applying to. Like, you have to make sure that you have the grades, that you have the extracurriculars and the requirements that could help you get accepted. But yeah, visiting and seeing the schools can be very, very beneficial. Chrissy, if you want to learn more, I encourage you to register to our free training so you can keep learning. You can learn the 6 strategies to get accepted into college with scholarships, and you can also learn more tips. Trust me, this training is super, super helpful. So I definitely encourage you to check it out. And if you're interested in joining Best College Aid, remember we have our sale. So take advantage of that, and we can continue to help you one-on-one and guide you through this process. All right. Well, it looks like those are all the questions that we have for today. Hopefully that information was insightful. Remember that we are live tomorrow on Instagram and TikTok. So make sure that you follow us on Best College Aid USA and all of our platforms so that you can stay up to date with all things college planning. My name is, again, Laura Cantu, and I had a blast. Thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you again tomorrow in YouTube or Instagram, or I'll see you next week. Have a great day.